us another day. Only to scream into the night. Nothing ever tries to change, even if I want to realize. 'Cause I've been sitting here, same old place, taking off without the same mistake. Darling, when you go away, it won't be as simple for you.
Right, we're good. Hey, we're live. Hey, guys. Old Man G here, RDS here, back again. I've got a special guest, Egal from Egal or EGTV. Egal, buddy, man. How you doing? Thank you for coming on, man.
I'm doing good, man. Yo, it's been a long time coming. Pleasure to have me. Pleasure to be on, man. Thank you.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. And guys, if you're new to the channel, to like, share, and subscribe to Red Devil Studio. Follow us on Twitter and X, smash the notification button, etc., etc. Make sure you go and head out and check out Egal. I'm sure those of you in the comments will probably know Egal, to be honest. Like, he's a very vocal and active and passionate, sometimes borderline delusional Arsenal fan. So, but
I'm not a delusional Arsenal fan. I back my points with.
There's receipts. There are certain receipts, but we're not going to play them on stream because right now Arsenal are in a very good position. And then let's get into
what have I said that you think is delusional? Please let me know.
I mean, okay. Do I have anything on the top of my head? No, but
then how are you gonna call me delusional if you don't even have if you can't even think of a take?
No, I think I'm not saying that. Like, I'm not. When I say delusional, I mean like you are a passionate fan. That's what I mean.
No, but delusional and passion is two different things. Delusion is implying that I am somebody who's irrational and thinks Arsenal is like the greatest team in the world and they can beat anybody. No, that's not the reality.
We just out of curiosity, were you ever Arteta out last season?
I questioned Arteta after the Man City game when we still haven't signed Odegaard or Ramsdale. But once we got the signings over the line and we were looking a little bit better, I was a little bit more confident.
Let me quickly get into some comments. Yes, man. Chainsaw says, big up Egal. Thank you, Chainsaw. Facts for the $5 super shot already. Says, unfortunately, couldn't make it. And Factos wanted to come on to cook you today, apparently. So to cook Egal today.
I dare him.
Are you not able to come on, Factos? Why can't you come on? Unfortunately, you couldn't make it to cook Egal today. United will win and Antony will score. So that's Factos' prediction, man. So,
Antony will be doing spinneroonies. He won't score.
You heard it here first. Sebastian Jimson praying for Teta's downfall or Arteta's downfall. Shouts S&B, man.
No, go on.
No.
I got an issue with that last comment. Saying flip-flop. It's not called flip-flop, my friend. And if you want to call me flip-flop, I don't mind. But the real thing is, if you are a person who is not willing to change their opinion on a player or a manager or something else when they show you new evidence, then you are the issue. For example, there must have been a point in which you did not rate Dalot.
Yeah, of course.
So now that he's playing well, are you going to say are you going to still have the same opinion of him?
No, of course not.
So there you go.
And to be honest, I wouldn't even call I wouldn't even call Dalot. Sorry, I wouldn't get Egal like a flip flop for me. Flip flop for me is someone who is very quick to change their opinion. That's why I say flip flop. So as soon as something goes bad, you're like, right, okay, suddenly I'm now going to change my opinion.
What he's talking about is the people who you win a game.
You win a game one day and you're like, oh yes,
you lose a game, their glazers out. You win a game, they're like, forget about the glazers, they're not the problem. You lose a game again, and their glazers out, that kind of thing.
So Egal thinks Partey is better than Casemiro. Is this true, Egal? Or was this a comment that
what I said is
okay.
Casemiro is a great midfielder. I think he's a
Okay.
great player,
Okay.
absolute plus of a midfielder at Real Madrid. But Real
Okay.
Madrid is not Manchester United, and
Okay.
and 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 the way that he plays and the
Okay.
player that he is, he's
Okay.
not traditionally what a possession-based team like a Pep Guardiola or a Frankie or a Barcelona or what Ten Hag wants to do at Man United, for example, what Arteta wants to do at Arsenal. It's not that type of midfielder. What he is, he's more of a traditional DM. And
Okay.
if you're going to play Thomas Partey or Casemiro, who's better suited to the style of play that we're going to be playing? It is the Thomas Partey, who is traditionally an 8, who's been transitioned into a 6.
Okay.
Defensively, Casemiro is a better midfielder. Historically and throughout his whole career, Casemiro has been better. But right now, who I think is better overall, I'd rather have Thomas Partey.
So just quickly, Thomas Partey is not available for this game. He's out injured. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, he's out. Okay, fine. Okay, so it will be. Well, we'll go into the prediction starts because it's going to be based on like who we think. So we'll get into that in a bit later. So Chainsaw, thank you for super chat against us. Egal, Arsenal have a top 3 midfield in the league. Respect Egal fully, especially on the terrace. Arteta should make minimum top 3 at the moment. I mean, that's a
Arteta right now has Arsenal in first after 5 games. We take it game by game. I think personally, by the end of our next 10 games, by the end of our next 5 games, we will still be comfortably in the top 2 or 3 top 2 positions in the league. I don't think we're going to drop I don't think we're going to drop too much points from now
But
until we finish.
it's reasonable to expect, given that Arsenal finished 5th and they've added obviously the likes of Zinchenko and Gabriel Jesus, that like a top 4 is at least the minimum expectation a season. That's reasonable. Like top if Arteta doesn't get top 4 with this squad, or at least doesn't at least win the Europa League, then it's probably reasonable to say that maybe his job might be in question. Is that a reasonable?
Arteta's job is not in question unless we don't get top 4 or win the
Okay.
Europa League.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, okay.
That's it. So realistically, if you're going to say Arteta's job's at risk, it's not at all. But if you're going to say worst case scenario, we don't get top 4 and we don't get Champions League football, potentially he could be gone, and he deservedly so.
Okay. There you go. Antonio says Forza Milan. Yeah, shout out to AC Milan, man. So I wasn't able to catch the game. Sorry?
It was a good win. Their goalkeeper was absolutely fantastic.
Mark Munoz is like, well, we're talking to what black keepers representing, man. There are not that many great black keepers worldwide, and Mendy looks a bit dodgy now. I'm not gonna lie, Mendy looks a bit
dodgy.
So,
the whole Chelsea team is somewhat like not doing well yet. But hey, we're not here to talk about Chelsea.
No, they're getting wins. So just out of curiosity, so I just quickly one comment from Capo TV. Egal is just speaking the truth. I don't understand why some of fans are negative, especially yesterday during the Never Foul show. We're top of the league, and Arteta deserves credit for it. And I agree with that.
You know what? I recognize him. I've seen him in my chat before. Big up to Capo TV. I'll tell you this. Yesterday on Never the Foul, we had Northside, and Northside is extremely, I would say, pessimistic, and he thinks we're going to lose to United, and he thinks that we have so much issues in our house that we can't focus on any other teams. So hey, there's people like that, and nothing against him, but I just disagree fully with his opinions.
So I guess getting into like your expectations of the game. Obviously, Arsenal are first. United started the season very badly. It's obvious to see the 4-0 to Brentford, obviously the Brighton loss. But since they made a simple change, which was drop Harry Maguire, which almost anyone and their son would have said was a good idea. United defensively have have improved. Casemiro's obviously come into the team, provide a bit more stability as well. We don't know, obviously Antony's been bought. We don't know the impact that will have. So expectation-wise, what are your expectations going in? Because traditionally Arsenal at Old Trafford has always been quite difficult. Like aside from the win, I think when was it 1-0 when Aubameyang scored that penalty? I think generally speaking, Arsenal tend to have either gotten a draw or lost Old Trafford. So bearing that in mind, Are you confident that Arsenal can get a result or get something from this
Are
game?
we doing score predictions already? Is that what you're asking me, or just
No,
expectations?
just your sort of general expectations. Like, are you kind of not necessarily what the result, but like, are
I,
you
I expect I expect my attack to be good enough to penetrate your defense and get some goals. And I think even though we have injuries in the midfield in Elneny and Partey, that we're still going to be able to get something out of this game.
okay? Okay. SMBs. Oh yeah, if you have questions, obviously for chat, obviously, and for government, let us
Expectations for
know.
the season very simple: get top four and win the Europa League. If we can't get top four and win the Europa League, then we have to have serious discussions about Arteta. Simply put, I already said it earlier. Actually, SSB.
No, I think that's fair. Shout out to us from Swam chat. Thank you very much, man. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Yeah, I mean, as obviously a United fan, you know, well, at the end they were at home, so I expect us to get something from this. Even though we obviously lost to Brighton at home, our record against Arsenal at Old Trafford is good. United have at least seem to have built some level of confidence now. You know, the confidence that I have at least now is that at least I'm looking at this United back four and I'm like, this back four looks like they work, that they gel together. You saw their reaction to their defensive performance against Leicester at times when it was like, okay, you know, there's some unity finally, you know. And quite frankly, I don't know why it hasn't happened sooner, because we've known since Kingdom Come the Maguire was a brick. It just I still don't get it. I don't even know why he started the season, to be honest, you know. So, but it is what it is. So do I think that the only issue with United, I
Who's
think,
your favorites?
sorry,
Who's the favorite for this game?
I would say United, because I think the game is going to be won in the midfield, and I think that the loss of Partey, and you said El Neni, so it's going to be Xhaka and who else who'd be in the midfield? Xhaka, Odegaard, and
Who do you think?
who's left?
Lokonga.
Okay, do you rate Lukonga?
I think Lokonga's serviceable. Yes, he's a
Okay,
really good player. He plays a lot, and he's very highly touted. But at the
okay,
end of the day, Lokonga last season was not as good. And then he
okay,
was ahead of him in the pecking order. But he
mhm,
played a really good game against Aston Villa, and I think he's going to be okay for this game.
okay.
Definitely. Yeah, I think if you guys play Ericsson and Bruno, we win the midfield battle easily.
That's where this is the difficulty, because if I'm honest, I don't know what Ten Hag is what the midfield is going to be, because a lot of United fans are saying that they believe that Casemiro should start, and certainly against Leicester, when Casemiro played alongside McTominay, there was definitely a lot more stability in that midfield without Casemiro. But then it means that you have to drop either one of Ericsson or Bruno. So I suspect that he'll play Casemiro, McTominay, and Bruno, and drop Ericsson. Could be wrong, because I think that Antony will probably start, but obviously get into that. So,
If
but
Anthony starts, whew, easy cake.
how could you say that? How can you say? I mean, I know he's not. He's obviously probably have one training day, but I mean, like, how can
I
you say?
would absolutely love for a new signing from the Eredivisie to come into the game versus Arsenal, because I feel like the transition from the Eredivisie to the Premier League is quite difficult. I know Martinez has been able to do it quite seamlessly over the last couple of games, but let's be honest, his first two games were not that good, and the whole team did not look good the first two games. And maybe it was because he had Harry Maguire next. Sorry, but your whole attack has been poor. You put in an Antony in this team, you're gonna have a similar situation to Sancho, where you're gonna look at him and you're gonna say to himself, "What is he doing?" Like,
Sanchez improved his game the last couple of games.
yeah,
He's
but
looked good.
Sancho, you still haven't seen the Sancho that you paid for.
No, I agree. But this is almost like the first time where you feel like Sancho's actually, hopefully, is actually being coached into a proper footballer.
It doesn't matter if you're being coached or not. The Premier League, you're not going to see the Sancho that you see at Dortmund.
At Dortmund, no. no,
You're
no.
not going to see that until you guys sort out your attack, and your attack is woeful. Who's going to start? Is Ronaldo going to start? Is Rashford going to start? Who's going to start in your front three? Nobody knows.
I suspect it will be Sancho, Rashford, and Antony. That is what I suspect. I suspect
And
Ronaldo.
if Anthony starts, I am telling you, I'm licking my chops as Patrick Beverly is saying. I am ready.
Guys in the chat, clip this, please. Clip this, please. If Anthony scores against Arsenal, I want this clip, guys. Please. But anyway,
No,
so
you guys know where to find me. EGTV, come on my channel after the game. But I'm telling you, Anthony is not gonna start. And if he does, I'm loving it. I think it's a really good thing. I honestly do believe it's to our benefit. If you bring in a new player and you start him right away, it's to our benefit. If Elanga starts, hey, that's the reason why you bought Anthony, right? Because you've seen Elanga. it's because you've seen Elanga perform so poorly in that first half versus Southampton. You guys said, you know what? We need to get a new signing ASAP.
I just need Malacia to just pocket.
If Ronaldo starts, it's a different story. Ronaldo likes to score against Arsenal.
Ronaldo does like to start against
Arsenal. Goal against Arsenal. He definitely loves a goal against Arsenal. But let me just answer a question in the chat. We got, is Casemiro starting? I definitely think he's going to start. Egal, do you think Saka needs a serious competition because he is currently, he could do better? I think he could do better, and I think he does need competition. But maybe that competition can become Marquinhos or Reece Nelson, because at this moment in time, there's nobody in this team who's better than Saka in that position. And even though Bukayo Saka has been poor, guess what? A poor Bukayo Saka is having 3 good games out of 5.
It's true. It's true. SMB's another question says, Egal, thoughts on Saliba so far? People arguing that he's best defending EPL, maybe one of the best in the world. Is it too soon to rate him like that? Yeah, surely it is.
Okay, bro, William Saliba is going to be the best center back in the world. Give him a couple years or 2.
What?
Very simple. William Saliba is the best young center back in world football. He plays for France. He's going to be in that France team. There's no need to rub your head. He's already. You're just rubbing your head because you don't know Saliba. You haven't.
No. I know.
Do you watch French football? Do you watch?
I was actually surprised that Arteta sent him on loan. At the time, I was like, why is he doing that? Now, okay, in retrospect, like, okay, fair enough to get experience, etc. I get that.
He wasn't going to play last year. What's the point? Last year, he wasn't going to get to play. Last year, we didn't have Europe. We didn't have Europe. We didn't need as many center backs. And on top of that, last year we had Callum Chambers still on the team, Rob Holding still on the team, all these guys that we couldn't shift out. So we kind of had to make we had to make an educated guess. Do we keep some of these fringe players on and put them on the bench, or do we put Saliba in the mix on the bench with all these other fringe players around, not being able to give him a full fair shot? Now he comes in, he's already first choice on the team sheet. Saliba is probably, in my opinion, the best center back in the league on form since the first 5 games started. There's no debate.
I mean, we'll try and do a combined 11 at the end of this. So
I've already done like 5 of them. If you want, I can get you the picture.
Oh, okay, cool. Give us like what's the mess. Let us know in the chat as well, because I'm interested to see, because we need certain United players need to at least come into this.
Okay, who you're putting in? Goalkeeper, Ramsdale, no question.
I will give you that just because I still can't forgive De Gea's mistakes against Brentford. So I'll give you Ramsdale. That's like, I won't even debate that because those mistakes were unforgivable.
Okay, who do you want right back? It doesn't matter for me.
Well, who do you have at right back?
Right now, we're playing Ben White out of position to play at right back.
Okay, yes, you've got to put Dalot there. Dalot has performed quite well in the last couple of games.
Okay. Left back Zinchenko, no question about it.
What?
Left back is Zinchenko, no question about it.
Over Malice. I mean, okay, if you're going to
just came in, he missed the first 2 games.
Yeah, so his obviously form in the last 3 games has been very, very important. The fact that he's displayed, sure, but yeah, if you're going to go based on the fact that like Zinchenko has obviously played from the beginning and has
well, he's played the same amount of games. It's just Zinchenko
as Malacia.
Yeah.
So so
he's played 3 games, right?
Yeah, he's played 3 games. Okay.
Has he played the 90 minutes for 3 games?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he literally as soon as the Brentford game was over, like Shaw hasn't been in the team, so he played against Liverpool. that for me was the big thing, because that was his first debut against Liverpool at Old Trafford, one of the biggest games, and he pocketed Salah. Like, he literally pocketed Salah, and then from there, like, brilliant against Leicester, brilliant against them. So for that to be your debut and just to come from Eredivisie on your first one, you gotta rate that. I'm not saying that Shinkyong's been bad, but like, there's a special thing that says, like, as a youngster.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a genuine question. Have you seen Tyrone Malacia and Zinchenko? You put them two against each other right now. If Eric Ten Hag had a choice, do you not think he would pick the inverted left back?
I mean, he wanted Tyrone Malacia for a reason. I'll just put that out there. Like, he wanted Malacia from PSV for a reason, because
so if we're putting Malacia in because he pocketed Salah, are we putting in Patterson in a combined 11 with Man United? Because today Patterson pocketed Salah, or whoever played on the right today or left pocketed Salah. Is that how we're doing things?
No, it's not. It's not. But it's not the fact that he pocketed Salah. It's more the fact that, like, it's the fact that
to be fair, that Liverpool team is so poor right now. Everyone in the league could probably pocket Salah.
I mean, that's true. I mean, the guy, but I mean, you know, that is true. I give you that. I think it's not so much the fact they pocketed Salah. It's more the fact that, like, it was his first game coming into this Manchester United side from the Eredivisie, like, major derby. United needed to win it, in particular because they'd lost their last two games, and he just displayed.
So we're putting him in. We're putting him in because of one performance in one game.
No. I mean, no. That's just that was the foundation.
You know what? Do a poll.
Okay, we'll see.
We're not going to agree. Yeah. I'm not going to budge. Put Casemiro in, but the other two midfielders have to be Xhaka and Odegaard.
To be honest, I'm not going to disagree with that. I'm not going to disagree with that, because I still rate McTominay, and Bruno's actually been bad.
Okay,
so I actually won't disagree with that.
Okay, so Jesus up top.
So we're playing 4-3-3.
Yep, of course.
So Jesus in the number 9 role.
Yep.
Yeah, I've got no problem with that.
Martinelli on the left.
Sancho on the left.
No, Martinelli's been better than Sancho.
How many goals did Martinelli scored?
3.
Yeah, Sancho scored 2. Help me out, chat, because it's. I'm trying to make a case. Chat. But
do you have a case? Do you have a case for anybody? Because Saka gets in also. I feel like you're not really trying.
No, could you make a case that Sancho has been better? Could you put Sancho on the rides? Because Sancho's been better than Saka. I think Sancho's been better than Saka. Come on.
Sancho's been better than Saka on what grounds? Because he has goals.
No, he's been United.
How many good games has Sancho had?
What, since the beginning of this season?
Yeah.
Well,
obviously the first two don't count.
Yeah, so the last 3 games, I'd say.
Wait, he had a good game for Southampton?
Yeah, I'd say he had a good game against Southampton.
Who scored against Southampton?
Sancho.
Who scored against Man United? I mean, and Liverpool? Sancho, right?
Sancho and Rashford.
And who scored against Leicester?
Sancho. Oh, so he's got 3 goals.
He has 3 goals, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So you're going to give him 3 games. Guess what? Bukayo Saka has not contributed to every game, but was integral in 3 of our victories. Against Crystal Palace, he was amazing. Last game against Aston Villa, he was really good. And even though he's been poor the other 3 games overall, he still contributed. So this has been a poor Saka. And he's still putting in man of the match performances in 2 of those games.
Let me see. Let's see what the chat is saying. Okay.
The chat are going to put Sancho in. If you want
there's some mixtures because there's some Liverpool fans here. So let's have a look. So Zoteng CSV says, okay, so that's the mouse that you literally pocketed. Yeah, let's discuss that. Let me just go to the bottom. Okay. Chainsaw says Saka, Jesus, and Nelly. Cop TV says Sancho can't even get into England side. Saka's so clear of him. Okay. SMB says it's Sancho or nothing for Manchester United right now.
That is true. It's
Jim
Sancho delivers or nothing.
Jim says that's rubbish. How is he integral in games he hasn't contributed in? I assume is that in relation to Saka? And then Zotex, I like Saka, but he's been bad.
Wait. So in order to contribute, you only have to score?
No, of course not.
So what does he mean?
Egal, yesterday I was told by others United have a better midfield than Arsenal. I stayed Arsenal. When did I say that?
Arsenal have a better midfield than United.
Yeah, of course, Arsenal have a better midfield than United. I don't think I ever said Arsenal have a than United. Although, depending on how Casemiro, McTominay, and Eriksen play together, that could potentially rival it. But it's still too early days to see whether that's the case. I would say anyway.
Okay, let me ask you this.
Okay,
Eriksen or Xhaka?
Sorry?
Eriksen or Xhaka?
They're two different players, though. I don't think you can compare.
No. Okay, so Odegaard or Bruno?
Odegaard.
Okay, Partey and Casemiro. Is it close?
It's got to be Casemiro.
Is it close?
I know. Well, because no, because like you were judging Casemiro like he's literally just comes close. So judging based on like one game, and you've had
who would you rather have?
Like a year. So it's a bit unfair because I'd have to use Casemiro's time in Madrid, and he was a boss. So it's a bit like
who would you rather have? Let's be honest. Okay?
I'd rather Casemiro.
Casemiro. Okay.
Yeah.
So obviously, then you said Odegaard over Bruno. Now Xhaka and Eriksen. What you have to understand is Eriksen literally just came off having a situation where he had a heart attack on the pitch.
Yeah.
Eriksen of old was a really good player, and he's up there. But in the position that you want them both to play, which is the 8 role, he won't be able to put in the defensive shift as much as Granit Xhaka would be able to. Yes, he might get you the odd assist or goal here and there, but even that, he's not really getting in those positions to do that this season.
But Eriksen, certainly from the last 3 games, is definitely much more of a creator, and who can dictate the play more than say Xhaka would. You would agree with that. Like if you look at last couple games, especially regarding Manchester United's attacks against Leicester and Southampton, it was actually Eriksen, not that's why actually I'd rather Eriksen play where Bruno is playing. That's not happening, but actually Eriksen was doing what Bruno should be doing, which is actually almost like spearheading the attack and creating for the front three, which is something that I think he does a lot better than Xhaka does, who, as you rightly said, is much more of a defensive, at least for now, until he gets like a red card. Because that's my only thing with Xhaka. Xhaka sometimes can be a liability, in that position.
Let me just give you an update from Samuel Lockhurst.
Okay.
Ramsdale, Tierney, White, Socrates, Cedric, Suarez, Tomiyasu, Holding, Gabriel, Saliba, Marquinhos, Tierney, Zinchenko, Smith, Lokonga, Xhaka, Vieira, Saka, Odegaard, Emil Smith-Rowe, Martinelli, Eddie Nketiah, and Jesus have all traveled.
Okay. So really, the only ones missing there is the key ones are Partey and Elneny.
Partey and Elneny are the only ones that are looking injured at this moment in time.
Okay. I mean, if you're to predict your kind of like starting 11 for this game, like what would it be?
My starting 11 would be the exact same starting 11 we had last time. Ramsdale, Ben White, Saliba, Gabriel, Zinchenko. I'll put Zinchenko on the left back. Midfield, I'm going Xhaka, Salembi Lokonga, Odegaard. Up top, I'm going Jesus, Saka, and Martinelli.
Okay. 'Cause, I mean, if you're to predict your kind of like starting 11 for this game, like what would it be?
My starting 11 would be the exact same starting 11 we had last time. Ramsdale, Ben White, Saliba, Gabriel, Zinchenko on the left back. Midfield, I'm going Xhaka, Salembi Lokonga, Odegaard. Up top, I'm going Jesus, Saka, and Martinelli.
Okay. And then obviously for United, I think that obviously De Gea will be in goal. The back four is going to be the same. So it's going to be Dallo, Martinez, Varane, and Malacia. The midfield is where I think it gets interesting. I think he should play Casemiro and, well, ideally I'd like Casemiro and Fred physicality, but I suspect he'll go with Casemiro and McTominay. And then he'll play Bruno. Again, I don't want him to play Bruno. I'd rather he play Eriksen in that position, because I think if Eriksen plays there in that position, I think the Arsenal it could cause Arsenal problems. But he'll probably play Bruno there, who's a liability. Now, the front three is probably going to be. He'll probably play Antony on the right, Sancho on the left, and then it's going to be a toss-up between Rashford and Ronaldo. I think he's going to go with Rashford again, and then Ronaldo will come on as an impact sub. But I could be wrong, because now the transfer window is over and Ronaldo's staying. Because I think part of the reason why he wasn't playing is because Ronaldo was, is he staying, is he going, whatever. But now that's been resolved, it could be that Ronaldo actually starts and Rashford gets shown to the bench. I don't know.
I don't know. I honestly, man, let me tell you this. I'm looking at this game and I'm saying to myself, egal's 11 is looking like Arsenal's starting up. Laugh out loud.
I think it's, yeah, so like the combined 11, it sounds like it sounds like it's mostly an Arsenal team. It's not. We've got a few United players in there, man.
You got Casemiro, Dalla, and Lisandro Martinez.
Yeah, we've got. Do we do? Yeah, yeah. What did the polls say about the left back situation? I'm gonna have a quick look.
There's no way you're putting Malacia over. Come on, bro.
It's 50-50. Wow.
Come on, the man barely played. Anyways, forget it. Let's. I'm just gonna give you my score prediction because I gotta go, bro.
Yeah, final one. Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you this. Let me tell you how this is gonna work out, and you guys can hold me to this. Arsenal's gonna get the opening goal. We're gonna put you under pressure, and you guys are gonna then open up. We're gonna get a second, and from there, panic stations. You guys are gonna be trying to continue to try to get a goal. Eventually, you're gonna get a goal. And then it's going to be squeaky bum time for the rest of the game. And we're going to end the game 2-1 Arsenal victory. What are you saying? Let me write this down because I've been writing down everyone's score predictions.
Okay. So what am I saying here? I think that Manchester United will be defensively tight, especially because Arsenal not faced the side that doesn't have that flop Maguire in the team. So, and especially with Casemiro and I think with Tomlin there, I think will be difficult to break down. I think, especially because in the last two games we've sort of almost gone a counter-attacky type way, it's quite possible that Ten Hag reverts to a counter-attack type system to catch us on the break. Not necessarily like just giving
just say it.
I think it'll be the reverse. So I think it'll be 2-1 to Manchester United. But I think Sancho will get a goal, and I actually think Ronaldo will come on. As you said, I think he'll come on as a substitution, and he'll get the second. That's what I think.
Can you go to this question by Jim Jam? Why do you think Teta is so protected when he failed 3 years in a row, 8th, and 8th? First of all, first season, he came in, he won the FA Cup, right? Don't forget that. Second season, he came in, yes, he finished 8th, but we reset in January and started a new project in January of that year, right? So officially the project started. His second season is where we started this new project where we went Project Youth. Last season, as much as you want to say we failed, yes, we did. We failed to get top 4, but we reached the objective of getting back into Europe, which we wanted to do. And now this season is the do or die season for him, right? At the end of the day, if you guys have Ten Hag, which is the manager that you rated, you probably wanted, and you sack him in 2 years' time, after he's gotten his players and he's finally gotten you guys to play to a certain level that you want to play, it's counterproductive.
It is counterproductive, yeah.
So this whole thing where it's like, oh, he's being protected. It's not that he's being protected. There's people who can see what's happening behind the scenes, and he's improved the attitude. He's improved the play style. He's improved the culture. He's improved behind the scenes. He's improved the recruitment. There's a lot of things that have improved, and it's not only down to him. It's down to some of the people behind the scenes also. But if you remove the head, you're gonna have a situation where you're just always gonna be in a bad situation. Imagine if Man United backed one of those managers after Sir Alex Ferguson left instead of just half-assing it every time. You
Yeah.
wouldn't be in the situation you're in. So
Yeah.
backing the manager, even though some fans might not rate him, guess what? Some fans thought Klopp should have left after he lost a couple finals. Some fans thought Sir Alex Ferguson should have been gone after 4 years of not winning a trophy at Man United. Some people thought, if I'm not mistaken, that certain managers could never have done what they've done in the past. So let's not think everybody's Jose Mourinho and comes into a super team like Chelsea and wins the league. It's not that way.
No, of course not. Like I think it's clear to anyone who's watched Arsenal that Arsenal have a plan, have a project, and that's why I admire them. That's why I think this game is so significant because if Arsenal do come to Old Trafford and win, then I've looked at Arsenal's next 10 games or so, and they're reasonable games, and especially against the top 6 teams, the Chelseas, the Spurs, and I think City back to back, they're all at the Emirates. So a win against Manchester United at Old Trafford will really give Arsenal lots of momentum going into the rest of the season, and you could potentially see something interesting for this game because I want this. There needs to at least be a title race, guys. Come on, like I don't want City to walk.
The title race could be between Arsenal and City. You never know.
Yeah, I would at least be happy with that because then at least there's a title race. The fact that City could just walk the league would just be boring. I don't want the league finish by December. Be although the World Cup is on, but obviously as a United fan, if we beat Arsenal, then once again, now you have the momentum is now with Manchester United. They could potentially go with a run, and suddenly there's positivity.
Wait, Jim Jam's an Arsenal fan?
I don't know. Is he? Was it? Gal, I hope after the season when Teta fails and we become Arteta out, we can get an elite manager and we can get our club back. Are you an Arsenal fan, Jim Jam? Probably. Because good luck on your future deficit, Gal. Probably.
He's saying that as if Jim Jam, subscribe to my channel, bro. We'll speak. Yeah. We need to have a lot of conversations, me and you, because some of the stuff I'm hearing from you, I don't like it.
I'm on loan. I'm on loan to Istanbul, Başakşehir.
What?
I'm on loan to Istanbul.
Bro, I gotta go. Yeah. Match of the day is about to start in like 8 minutes.
No worries. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you, Gal, for coming on. Really appreciate it. Guys, make sure you head over to Gal's channel and subscribe and get involved in the show. Really appreciate it. Thanks everyone on chat. Take care, Gal, man. Have a nice day, everyone. Take care. And cheers. Peace, peace, peace.